Good evening. Welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, President Biden holds a virtual meeting with Indian Prime Minister Modi. Secretary Blinken participates in the US-India 2+2 ministerial dialogue. Shehbaz Sharif, Pakistan opposition leader, elected new Prime Minister. Association of Indians in America, Illinois chapter elects new chapter executive committee. Federation of Indian Associations, Chicago celebrates Holi. Gopio, in association with Edison Public Library and the Consulate General of India, launches the India Collection. The Consulate General of India and Sindhi Community of USA celebrates Cheti Chand. Stay with us on Vision of Asia for news in detail right after this short break. President Joe Biden told Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi that buying more oil from Russia was not in India's interest and could hamper the US response to the war in Ukraine. Starting an hour-long video call, US officials described as warm and candid, Biden and Modi both publicly expressed growing alarm at the destruction inside Ukraine, especially in Bucha, where many civilians have been killed. Biden stopped short of making a concrete ask of Modi on Monday, an official said, noting India has concerns about deepening ties between Russia and China. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke of India's contributions to war-torn Ukraine in terms of medicines and relief material and said India hopes that the ongoing talks between Russia and Ukraine will pave the way for peace. Let's watch the highlights.
There's two vibrant democracies who one is learning how to make sure I can do this contemporaneously. But two vibrant democracies. We take the same concerns about the global challenges we face with COVID-19, advancing health security and tracking the climate crisis, and we share a strong and growing major defense partnership. At the root of our partnership is a deep connection between our people, ties of family, of friendship, and of shared values. On that note, I want to welcome India's humanitarian support for the people of Ukraine who are suffering a horrific assault, including a tragic shelling on a train station last week that killed dozens of innocent children and women and civilians attempting to flee the violence. The United States and India are going to continue our close consultation on how to manage the destabilizing effects of this Russian war. And I'm looking forward to our discussions today, Mr. Prime Minister. Our continued consultation and dialogue are key to ensuring the U.S.-Indian relationship continues to grow deeper and stronger, delivering our people and our global good that we all are seeking to manage, particularly in your part of the world. And the floor is yours, Mr. Prime Minister.
Excellency, आज की हमारी बातचीत ऐसे समय पर हो रही है जब यूक्रेन में स्थिति बहुत चिंताजनक बनी हुई है। कुछ सप्ताह पहले तक 20,000 से अधिक भारतीय यूक्रेन में फंसे हुए थे और इनमें से अधिकांश युवा छात्र थे। काफी मेहनत के बाद हम उन्हें वहां से सकुशल निकालने में सफल हुए। हालांकि एक छात्र ने अपना जीवन खो दिया। इस पूरे घटनाक्रम के दौरान मैंने यूक्रेन और रूस दोनों के राष्ट्रपतियों से कई बार फोन पर बातचीत की। मैंने न सिर्फ शांति की अपील की, बल्कि मैंने राष्ट्रपति पुतिन को यूक्रेन के राष्ट्रपति के साथ सीधी बातचीत का सुझाव भी रखा। हमारी संसद भी संसद में भी यूक्रेन के विषय पर बहुत विचार विस्तार से चर्चा हुई। हाल में बूचा शहर में निर्दोष नागरिकों की हत्याओं की खबर बहुत ही चिंताजनक थी। हमने इसकी तुरंत निंदा की और एक निष्पक्ष जांच की मांग भी की है।
Secretary of State Antony J. Blinken, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, Indian Minister of External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar, and Indian Minister of Defense Rajnath Singh participated in the US-India 2+2 ministerial dialogue at the Department of State today. Let's watch the highlights.
As President Biden said when he hosted Prime Minister Modi in September of 2021, the relationship between the oldest and biggest democracies in the world is destined to be stronger, closer, more meaningful. And those were sentiments that I believe both the President and Prime Minister reiterated today when they spoke via video conference. These 2+2 meetings have already played a key role in strengthening our bilateral relationship. This is the core whole-of-government dialogue in our strategic partnership framework. Today's discussions will build upon the previous productive meetings that we've had. This is a momentous moment in global affairs, and I think as a result, this partnership is even more consequential and more vital. Today, we'll discuss pressing issues, shared global challenges, including Russia's war against Ukraine, ending the COVID-19 pandemic, the climate crisis, upholding a free, open, democratic, secure, and prosperous Indo-Pacific region, where the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states is assured. We'll also talk about improving our counterterrorism cooperation and strengthening the bonds between our higher education institutions. So this covers a wide range of different aspects in our relationship. And I'm also looking forward to talking about our defense and security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. Finally, we'll have an opportunity to sign the Space Situational Awareness Agreement a little bit later today. This is a demonstration of our growing technology partnership, which we believe has virtually limitless potential for exploration, for discovery, for achievement, to the benefit of people in both of our countries and indeed around the world. This year, as has been noted, marks India's 75th year of independence, 75 years of our own relationship. We look very much forward to continuing to build a stronger future for both of our countries, both of our peoples, through our defense and security cooperation, through our deeply connected economies, through our shared values and common bonds, and to do so for many, many decades to come. With that, it's a pleasure to turn over the microphone to my friend, Minister Jaishankar.
Thank you. My senior colleague, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh Ji, Secretary of State Blinken, Secretary of Defense Austin. It's a great pleasure to participate in the fourth India-US 2+2 ministerial dialogue. This morning, we've had separate meetings with our state and defense counterparts respectively. We have, of course, benefited from the guidance provided by Prime Minister Modi and President Biden through the virtual summit at which we were all present. The 2+2 format is intended to promote a more integrated approach to our partnership, and this has become increasingly relevant as the scope and intensity of our engagement steadily increases. We can truly assert that there's virtually no domain on which we are not cooperating with each other. The nature of our opportunities and challenges are such that they are more effectively addressed through a cross-cutting dialogue. As we meet for the fourth time, we can take satisfaction at the extent of progress that we have made. Whether it is our $160 billion trade account, our 200,000 students, our highest recorded investment levels, or our rapidly growing energy trade, the yardsticks to measure our growing closeness tell their own story. Defense Minister would be similarly highlighting the transformation in that domain. Our collaboration has grown well beyond its bilateral scope and now has a visible impact on global issues as well. It could be addressing the COVID challenge, taking climate action, ensuring maritime security, or promoting critical technologies. What India and the US do together will make a difference. A significant focus of our engagement pertains to the Indo-Pacific. We have seen, particularly over the last year, both an elevation and an intensification of the Quad. Our achievements in this regard have a larger resonance.
Major defense partnership is one of the most important pillars of India-US strategic relations. As the largest country and central to Indian Ocean, and as a democracy, India has critical roles to play in the Indian Ocean region and in the wider Indo-Pacific. Following the Act East and the Neighborhood First policies, India played preeminent role in the region from the tsunami in 2004 and during the COVID pandemic. We have signed 8 different defense-related agreements between our two countries in last few years, including Space Situational Awareness Agreement for Unclassified Domain, which is being signed today. Despite the pandemic, India-USA military engagements increased with higher capability in communication, closer information sharing, and enhanced mutual logistic support. We have made good progress in a number of defense cooperation activities since the visit of Secretary Austin to India in March 2021. I look forward to discussing some of these and the way forward. Thank you very much.
Shehbaz Sharif, the 70-year-old brother of former Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and the leader of opposition PMLN, has been elected unopposed as the next Prime Minister of Pakistan, succeeding Imran Khan, who was removed by a no-trust vote on Saturday. Ahead of the election of the new Prime Minister, Imran Khan resigned as a member of the National Assembly, saying he will not sit in the assemblies with thieves. In his maiden speech as the Prime Minister in the National Assembly, Mr. Sharif said if Imran Khan's claims of foreign conspiracy proved correct, he will go home. Pakistan will celebrate this day, he added. Shehbaz Sharif and his sons Hamza Shehbaz and Suleiman Shehbaz have been named in a high-profile money laundering case in November of 2020. Suleiman is residing in the UK. Known for quoting revolutionary poetry, new Pakistan Prime Minister-elect Shehbaz Sharif has often been seen sending microphones flying with hand movements during his impassioned speeches. Here's a clip that went viral on social media.
वादा करता हूँ जल्द आपसे मिलूंगा और फिर वो बातें बताऊंगा जिससे पाकिस्तान अजीम बनेगा जो आज हमें बिजली देना चाहता है हम पाकिस्तान पूरी
The members of the Illinois chapter of the Association of Indians in America in a recently held election elected the executive committee of the chapter for the year 2022-2023, consisting of the following members: President Hina Trivedi, Vice President Lucy Pandey and Shaheen Saeed, Treasurer Sujata Sharma, Secretary Nilab Dubey, Joint Secretary Shabana Rahman, Members at Large Ram Bhaskaran, Chandni Duvuri, Praveen Konduru, Akshay Patel, Malla Reddy, Pandey Sahai and Nipa Shah. The inaugural function of the chapter was held in Shikara Restaurant in Downers Grove, Illinois on March 20th, 2022. The chair of the election committee, Dr. Ghanshyam Pandey, introduced the newly elected members of the executive committee as a new committee is elected every other year. He congratulated the members for their commitment to AIA and work for the progress of the association and the chapter. The incoming president, Ms. Hina Trivedi, then took over the proceedings of the chapter and discussed the programs and activities of the Illinois chapter for the coming year. She said that AIA has been conducting at least 3 major programs every year, which include Youth Talent Show, a youth dance competition program, the Independence Day celebration at the Delhi Plaza, and the Gandhi Jayanti celebration, sometimes with the annual banquet. Federation of Indian Associations FIA Chicago hosted a vibrant and colorful Holi celebration with music and dance at the Mall of India in Naperville, Illinois on Sunday, April 3rd. Let's watch the highlights. The Global Organization of People of Indian Origin, GOPIO, in association with Edison Public Library and the Consulate General of India, launched the India Collection last Sunday on April 3rd, which is a curated collection of books donated by the Indian Consulate and GOPIO. Let's watch the highlights.
Delighted to partner with the Edison Library to establish an India Corner, India Collection. I hope this initiative is going to strengthen our bonds with the community at large and with the young Indian American community who need to understand India, their roots and their motherland. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Abraham, Chairman of the Global Organization of People of Indian Origin. GOPIO has taken this initiative to donate books to the libraries. We started with Norwalk Public Library in Connecticut, then Stanford Public Library. Now today we are doing with Edison Public Library because we have a large Indian population. The Consul General of Consulate provided on behalf of Government of India over hundreds of books, and we also started collecting books from various literary organizations among the Indian community, including many language books.
So it was a great program with the Holi cultural songs and as a GOPIO, new chapter of Edison, I would definitely like to invite all of them, and as much as possible, they should, come and contribute to this chapter and try to become members. So,
someone told me one time that what's the best philanthropy one can give? So I said there are 3 philanthropy are the best philanthropy. Which are the 3? Education, education, education. If you educate someone, you educate that person or student, you educate, improve their family life, and family, both life, social and economical life, and also you improve the country at large. So by educating, you are not educating one person, but you are educating a person, family, helping the family and helping the country and indirectly helping the whole world.
The Consulate General of India, New York and Sindhi community of USA celebrated Cheti Chand, the Sindhi New Year, Sindhi language and culture on April 8th. Let's watch the highlights. Watch the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore and see it in theaters this Friday. The film will be distributed worldwide in select theaters and IMAX by Warner Brothers Pictures.
What you're doing is madness. With or without you, I'll burn down their world. Do you really intend to turn your back on your own kind?
Rescuing me, are you? Oh, well done.
Off to save the world, are we?
Not to worry.
We'll be perfectly safe.
Our war with the Muggles begins today!
How will we fulfill our destinies and transform the world?
You're not swiveling properly.
I'm swiveling like you're swiveling it.
I don't believe you are.
And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at ITVGold. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the Tri-State or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off.